everyone, my name is Molly, and today we are here to talk about all the books that I read in the month of June. Now, usually I do a combined wrap-up and TBR, but because my summer schedule is so unreliable because of the job that I work during the summer, I decided to just do wrap-up videos because last year I didn't even do wrap-up videos because I was so unexpectedly busy. So this year I kind of know what to expect a little bit more, so I decided just to do wrap-up videos to make everything easier for everybody, and honestly I don't know what I want to read. So I'm just trying to read what I can in the month. So in the month of June I managed to read 4 books, which is okay. I think 4 books is my usual minimum for each month. That's usually about a book a week, which I'm okay with. I'm happy with that. And I read all of these books before school was over because the last 2 weeks of June got really crazy for me. School was ending, I had finals, I started working, and I had HowlerCon, so I was pretty non-stop for the last 2 weeks because everything just seemed to happen at once. So I didn't have much time to read, but before that I did get to 4 books, so let's talk about those. The first book that I read in the month of June was one that I absolutely had to read, and that was Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I tabbed the book and I filmed a book talk, but I don't like the way I filmed it. It was very all over the place and just no. So now that I know what I want it to be like, I'm gonna go back and refilm it eventually. I haven't had time because my first try at this was literally 45 minutes of just me talking about Lord of Shadows. So I haven't had time to film that long of a video in a while, but hopefully I'll be able to film it soon. So this is the second book in the Dark Artifices series by Cassandra Clare. If you don't know what that series is, it started with Lady Midnight, and it's the sequel series to The Mortal Instruments. To read this series, you have to read both of her other series because you will be spoiled and things will not really make that much sense. And you just get more out of it. You just appreciate it more because you see other things going on. The Dark Artifices series follows Emma and the Blackthorn children, and it's just so great, and I love it so much. I was totally not disappointed with this book. I think I liked it more than Lady Midnight, and I really liked how you got to see the fairy world in this, because in the other books you never really got to see it. I mean, you heard about fairies and they were always bad, but you never really got to see it, and in this book they were in fairy a lot, and they dealt with different kinds of fairies, and it was very interesting, and she's laid out a lot of plots that are very interesting, and I'm excited to see how they tie up, but I have to wait till 2019 for the next book, which, what? I can't. And with the way this book left off, I can't. I need the next book. I need to know what happens. I can't. The next book that I read was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. I wanted to read this before BookCon because I got to meet Kerri at BookCon, so I wanted to have read Stalking Jack first. It was really good. I really liked it. I find the story of Jack the Ripper very interesting. It's terrible, but it's also very interesting to read about. This is part of a, I believe, trilogy, and I like how Kerri takes unfinished history and gives it an end. And it's no supernatural end, it's something that could have happened, and it's so cool. This book reminded me a lot of the Infernal Devices and the Something Strange and Deadly trilogy. The only issue I had with this book is that the transitions were kind of rocky. We would be focusing on the ship with a dead body 2 feet away, and it seemed like the wrong time at points, but it wasn't horrible, and I did enjoy most of the story, so you guys should read this book. It's really good. The next book I read in the month of June was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I have been told to read this book for so long, and I started it last year. I got about 120 pages in, and I stopped. I don't know why. I just put it down, and I never picked it back up, and then the other night, I just got this urge to read it, so I picked it up. I started from 120 pages in, and I just read through, and I finished it, and it was a good book. It felt very real to me. The characters were very real, and they seemed like they could exist in the world, and I really liked that. It was very sad. At the end, it was so sad, and I didn't see it coming. I didn't think it was gonna be sad, and it was, and I was just like, why? It's such a good contemporary, so you guys should go read it. The fourth and final book I read in the month of June was Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Maniscalco. Sadly for you guys, this book doesn't come out till September. It's an ARC that I got at BookCon. I got to meet Kerri, and it's definitely worth the wait. So much better than Stalking Jack the Ripper. I loved it so much, and it was so good. I just flew through it. It was just amazing, and I loved it. You do have to read Stalking Jack before you can read Hunting Prince Dracula because it picks up where Stalking Jack left off. So you have to read the first one to read this one, but it's worth it. It's so good. So freaking good. Those are all the books that I read in the month of June. Let me know what your favorite read of the month was and what book you're planning to read in the month of July. I still have no idea, and it's like July 12th, so yeah. That's it for this video, guys. I try to upload a video every week. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you next time.